So yeah, there's a few cases here, four of them to be specific, up, down, left, and right. So abs, or if what is it, math f dot abs, yeah, abs, press, press pause, exo. So if the absolute value of press pause exo is greater than x's width. Yeah, great. Yeah, so greater than press pause yo, then oops, those need to be separate terms. Math f dot abs. Abs for absolute value. So first we're just comparing like the magnitude of the two. So if that is the case, then we know we're going either left or right. Else we know we're going either up or down. And so now we'll have we'll say if right. So if press pause xo oh yeah huh. So it just occurred to me I probably want a dead zone in the center of the screen. But no, again, I'm like if this was like going to be a polished shipping product, I would want to do all these like things that you keep talking about. But like for this jam, I really should not be spending so much time putting in little glossy features. I should be putting in the core, and let players deal with like some of the weird, potentially loose ends. All right. So anyways, so if press XO is greater than 0, then it's in the positive direction, so that means like up. That means right actually. So well, for one thing, there's going to be an else case here because if it's less than 0, it'll be left. So so press drc equals right, so 3. Press drc equals. I'm not going to come up with. I'm not actually going to make an enum for this because I'm the only one working on it. But 0 equals up. I'm basically like using northeast, southwest as like the indexes. So 0 equals up. 1 equals right. 2 equals down, 3 equals left. I would use I would make it that an enum if I was actually collaborating with anyone, but since I'm not, I don't care. Right, and so then in this else case, we check if press pause yo, because in this case, y is the one that we care about. Yo is greater than 0, then that means down. So that means 2, and otherwise up. So 0. Cool. All right. So now, when we move, when we tell the character to move, we can give him the actual direction. Press. Actually, I guess we don't have to pass this in because we put it out here. So we shouldn't put it out here. Oh wait, it's still. Why is it a bool? It's supposed to be an int, and yeah. Oh, because it's calculated on get button down. All right, so no, we don't need to pass anything in. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. We don't. This doesn't need to be like super glossy, like I was just saying. It just has to be practical. They're gonna be like weird, like usability things, but like I'm gonna have to put some of that on the player because just for the like at the end of the project, I'm not going to like have tons of extra time. But hypothetically, if I had tons of extra time at the end of the project, I would. You think? Oh, sorry. Glitch H3. I wasn't paying attention. Thank you very much for stream for streaming. That was delightful. Uh, I really appreciate that because that I mean I enjoyed that endlessly. So hopefully hopefully other people got a kick out of it as well. All right. So yeah, cool. All right, so we can do this. Or we're like doing it now. So right, we don't have to pass that in, but we do. So yeah, we can just say move in these cases, and then so so we can switch here. Switch on press DRC, and our cases case 0 break of 4 cases 0 1 2 3 and those for those cases we'll want to do transform dot position equals new vector 3 this is 0 is up, so y excuse me actually okay, so we'll do plus equals new vector 3 0 yeah, once we have the grid system in, we'll also have to we'll also do like error checking to make sure, like this is where we'll check to make sure that the move is a valid move, and what else will we do? We'll check. Yeah, we'll be keeping track of like what the tiles are and where the hero is in the grid, and we'll be updating that as well. But for now, I'm just gonna make it so that like anything works. So yeah, 0, 1, 0. All right, so case 1 is 1 0 0. Case 2 is 0 -1 0, and the last case is -1 0 0. Yeah, so my streaming schedule, so the jam goes until Sunday at 5 o'clock is when, is like the buzzer, and so my streaming schedule for this weekend, I plan on streaming until around 7 o'clock tonight. At 8 o'clock they shut down the offices here, so I do have to shut the stream down just to go home, and then when I get home I'm gonna fire it up again, and I'm planning on streaming all night. We were specifically told, like, we had like a guest speaker who's like a professional jammer. Not really, but I mean, she's about as close to a professional jammer as you can get. And one of her big points of advice was to like get sleep tonight. I'd already decided that I want to do like as much of a full weekend stream as possible. So I'm not gonna sleep. I'm gonna go 10 hours from now until 7 Eastern time. You're in Eastern Standard Time. I plan on streaming, and then from like 9 to like 7 in the morning, from 9 p.m. tonight until like 7 in the morning, I plan on streaming again, and then from 9 till 8. Yeah, I'll just be on a lot this weekend with like 2 quick breaks, because then tomorrow morning I need to switch back to, I'm gonna move again back to the offices and finish up there. So yeah, it should be good. Alright, I think this works now, probably. I don't know. Let's see. So now we can play. Oh, we got my other errors. What? What's ambiguous? Oh. Wait, what did you say is ambiguous? Oh, am I comparing a vector 2 to a vector 3? press pause, mouse position. Mouse position, press pause. What? How is this ambiguous? They're both... Did I leave press pause as a vector 3? No, press pause is a vector 2. And input mouse position is a vector 2, right? What? Alright, well... Forget this for a second. Was mouse position a vector 3? That'd be weird. Singender Holes Cubel. Thank you for tuning in. CP1414, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yeah, we're jamming. Good to have you here. Right now we're implementing a UI system to, like, the control scheme for our game, basically. And I was getting a weird error, so I don't think the control scheme will actually work right now. Oh, actually, yeah, it does. The press and hold doesn't work, but so it's a little, the grid is like a little, oh, whoops, I have up and down reversed. That's great. So now when I click up here, we move downwards, and when I click down here, we move upwards, but other than that, oh, and wait, I have all the, no, I have these directions work fine. Okay, yeah, it's the other directions that are reversed. And press and hold doesn't work. Oh, actually, press and hold does work. Oh, yeah, no, I know it's broken. All right, so yeah, a lot of what we did actually works really well. But then, what is ambiguous? I'm subtracting a vector 2 from a vector 2, and it tells me that's an ambiguous operation? It's like, dude. No, well, it prints as a vector 2, so... I don't know. And look, like up here, I'm literally setting them to be equivalent. So it's like, I don't know, that's weird. Fine, whatever. If I make it a vector 3, are you going to be happy? Because that seems even weirder. But whatever, I mean, it's your weird way of doing things. Like, and by you, I mean Unity's. So if it's what makes Unity happy, like, it can be as weird as it wants to be. Alright, apparently it likes that. Oh, but I still have to invert up and down. How did I get that wrong? What did I get wrong? Did I get it wrong here, or did I get it wrong down there? If y is greater than 0... Oh, this coordinate system starts from the bottom of the screen. For some reason I assumed it would start from the top of the screen, which I guess is actually a little bit weird. So yeah, I got this backwards. So this is 0 and this is 2. Alright, there we go. That should work better. Alright, cool. Yeah, so so far our game is that, like, you have this dot and you can move it around this grid. But the grid isn't even like a real grid yet. It's just like an image of a grid, as you can kind of see in this other screen. It's just like a big flat space with like funny colors all over it. So I guess now is as good a time as any to implement the grid system. I guess I could make it so that if you click like in the ambiguous zones, you actually move like diagonally, but I don't know. Again, I think it's going to be very simple to start, and I can clean up the usability at the end if I feel like that's actually. Yeah, thank you, Boston Mass. I don't know why it prints as a. Oh, because I was printing the. Oh, right. Yeah, no. All right, that makes sense. I don't know why it's a vector 3. I mean, like, I guess they're planning on supporting 3D mouse space, like when that is the thing, like when we have 3D cursors. I don't know, because like the third digit is always 0. So, anyways. Alright, so yeah, what do we want to do now? I guess the grid system, because why not? I felt like that was important. I mean, I might want to implement the features that are like vital to like fitting the theme of the jam, because like I've gotten into positions where, like with the game that we made on Tuesday, like right at the end of the jam, I was like, or with like 40 minutes left, it occurred to me, like with very little time left, it occurred to me that we still hadn't like actually met the definition of the jam, and so I had to like cram that in last minute, and I ended up going overtime, and I'm a terrible cheater, but huh. The so in terms of like the direction picking, I think that turned out pretty well. Is it? Huh. Sometimes when I click, it doesn't actually do anything. I don't know if that's a... But also what I'm doing is a little bit weird, so maybe that's fine. So, yeah. Alright, yeah. So, yeah, so I could either do the grid system, or I could do the disguise system next. The disguise system is going to, like, make it this... fit the theme of the jam, and then the grid system is going to make this more of like a game. So I guess I'll do the disguise system, because I'd rather have like a non-game that fits the theme than to have a game that doesn't fit the theme, I guess. I don't know. So disguises. Well, I guess the disguises are a little meaningless without the grid system, because they're going to be like predominantly based on that. This is the Purple Monkey. I should have put information below the stream. Maybe I'll do that between stream times. This is for the Purple Monkey Game Jam, which is yeah. There's information on the site about it. Purple Game Jam. I'll put this in chat. Yeah, it's like a local jam local to my area that's hosted by some offices in the area. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So the theme, I think I probably already mentioned, the theme is disguises, and so I'm yeah. So for the disguise system in this game, I want it so that like you can collect like these objects that will actually transform your character. And yeah, it's I mean, I think technically people from anywhere would be welcome to participate, except that yeah, it's primarily happening like on location in Boston. So yeah, the thing I've been saying is that I don't think there's any reason you couldn't participate like as part of the team, the quote unquote team that is just me working on this project. So I'm pretty sure that would be fine. Like worst case, I get disqualified from the jam, and like I don't care. It's a jam. I'm doing this for fun. Like the experience is the point. So yeah. Yeah, feel free to. I've been I've been like fiddling with my own goatee, and that's probably really obnoxious. I'll try not to do that. I do it when I'm thinking. Yeah, feel free to throw out like whatever contributions you feel like you'd feel like adding. All right, so yeah, so the disguise system, I wanted to basically, I mean, like, yeah, I guess like I can't like do the grid system and the disguise system separately, because they're very like the whole point of the disguise is so like yeah, it's these things that you get for your character that they're basically like enhancements. They're like modifications. Like I'm thinking the character might be like a robot. I'm not going to do art for this project, but like the story or like like the background, the world of this game. I think the character might be like a robot, and so like the disguises are like modules, like actual like additional hardware added to the robot. I'm probably just going to represent it with like color changes or something. I don't know. And then like the gist will just be that like you can, I don't know, you can move across different types of terrain with like the various disguises. Like I was saying earlier, like if I go this route, I'm gonna either need to come up with like procedurally generated levels, or I'll need to actually like design levels manually. I tend to avoid designing levels manually when I can, but I don't know. Maybe I should for this project. It's not something that I've done before, or at least not recently. So maybe it'd be good to kind of like stretch in that direction a little bit. What else could disguises mean? Like like what else could be occurring in this grid space? Like all we have now is like a little dude that moves around a grid. So and there are plenty of things. Like we don't have to do like terrain stuff. Yeah, I like procedural stuff too. Maybe I'll try and do that. Yeah, maybe I should just like whip together the game systems real fast so that way I can just start working on procedural content. But I'll need a good plan in order to work on that. Like yeah, so what else do we do in this grid space if we're not navigating terrain? Disguises. Yeah, right. So that's like the terrain system. I was thinking so like the disguise, like you would start out very very meager. You could only like move, or like you start out very minimal. You could move across like the default ground type terrain, and then I was thinking like one of the modules would be like jump. Like one of the disguises would be, yeah. So right. So that actually what you're describing is like the water disguise kind of, like the like if you got like the water propulsion system, whatever, then you could navigate across water tiles. And I was actually thinking of making it not just so that you could navigate across water with the blue one, but like the water would have a current. And so with the propulsion system, like if you had like the blue disguise, you could navigate cleanly across water, because without that disguise, if you tried to navigate across the water, each time you took a step, it would push you one square in the direction of the current. So like, or maybe even just gradually, like slowly at intervals, it would push you down to the current. Ooh, yeah. Part of the robot motif is that one of the things available to us at this jam, which is kind of like a stretch thing. I don't know if I'm going to have time to implement it, but one of the things that I might implement, and like, I mean, if I'm gonna this jam is like the time to do it, because there's this program that hasn't been released yet. It's called choreographer with a K, Koreographer, that synchronizes gameplay to a beat. And so I was thinking, part of the reason I was thinking robot is that I was thinking like a clockwork motif, and so if I have time to implement this system, or implement this like layer over how the game plays, it'll regiment everything to like very very clean beat. So yeah, like the flow of water could push you at like a constant pace. So the reason that I'm trying to think of maybe like what would be an alternative to systems like that would be the weight of level design, because like for systems where if modules have, or if the disguises are entirely about terrain traversal, then like the fun of gameplay will be in the level design, really, because like if the I would either need to hand author all the levels to have compelling puzzles in them, or I would have to come up with a procedural generation system for the levels that actually creates like interesting levels. So I guess like just for, like if this was a project that I was working on independently, like in my own time, I could definitely tackle that, and I probably would. But like in that case, I also would have had a lot more time to think up this idea in the first place. So I might actually have come up with a different idea altogether. Just for the scope of this jam, I'm thinking I might want to right. So yeah, I might go that route. And so like what I'm doing right now is just trying to think of like what are my alternatives. I don't know. I never really thought like I started on. I never really thought about my alternatives before like embarking down this path. So yeah, I guess it's kind of a weird time to like brainstorm, like after I've already started implementing stuff. But uh, that's me. I just realized that my play mode color almost matches the background of the color of the color of the wall and the color of the almost. They're in the same family. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. So okay. What if I did not do that? What if I did something else instead? Uh, what might be the something else? So if it's not strictly terrain, then there could be other like mobile entities in this grid. There could be one of my favorite games for mobile. I don't know if it's on Android. It might be on Android. I know it's on iOS. I have it on my tablet. It's called Hoplite, and it's just this really simple game, but it's also really fun. It's like it's very old school, and it's like aesthetic, and it's like just the whole game seems like it could be from another era, but the control scheme is kind of similar to it was in the back of my mind when I was like I don't know, just thinking about like how to represent the game world and how to set up the controls. In that game, you don't click directionally to move. You actually like click on the square that you want to go to, and so you can only click on like valid locations. Uh, the thing I like about the kinetic, what kinetic just said, and kind of like what I was thinking about with like the mobile entities is that like that makes it much more of a disguise, right? Because like I keep wanting to call like the terrain traversal things modules, because like they're like, how is it a disguise? Like, how is a jetpack a disguise? Like, it's I was using like a much bigger metaphor in which it actually did make sense, but like I don't know if I was necessarily going to deliver on that metaphor, so I don't know if it would have how great it would have worked out. Huh. Yeah, I think I don't want the world to be static. I don't know if I necessarily want like other like sentient creatures in the world necessarily, but I don't think I want the world just to be static. So I guess maybe that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like maybe I will do like the terrain traversal stuff, but yeah. What do I? How do I make the world more interesting? I guess is the question. So so yeah, we could like the disguises could literally be like of the other entity, uh, of the other entity type. Like, uh, oh yeah. What if there's not going to be violence in the game, so I don't think there's going to be hostility in the game. But I'm actually kind of like what you guys were saying. What if it's oh yeah. So one of the groups in the room like next door, they were talking about Pac-Man earlier. So maybe this is what they're doing. Uh, uh, And yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe this is why it like popped in my mind. But like, what if like there were other entities, and what if like your disguise changed their behavior patterns? What if your disguise changed their behavior patterns? Uh, huh. How would that how'd that play out? Oh, I had an Xbox One briefly, like for a very short span of time. I had a one of those, and I had that console. And one of the things I did during my time with it was to play Project Spark. I don't know if you guys have checked that or know what that is. It's like a game. It's like a gamey type thing where you build. Like it's driven a lot by. Yeah. Well, so yeah. Um, yeah, I was thinking of kind of having like the. Sorry, I have like two different chains of thought. I'll go back to Project Spark in a second, but like, yeah, I was thinking like maybe like, so like I was thinking of like if the other entities like for the simplicity's sake, I was only gonna have like one other type of entity, probably maybe several types of entities, but like very limited, like not so like there'd be very similar behaviors amongst like this relatively few group of entities. Maybe just one group, one type of entity, like maybe several, but yeah, very very limited there. Like essentially, like yeah, their reaction to your disguise would, I don't know, maybe like one of the reactions is like fear, and so like maybe one of your disguises they always move away from you, like that sort of thing. So like yeah, yeah, it wouldn't be like patrols exactly, but it would be like behavioral patterns. Um, just yeah, to reiterate, there's not no one's going to die in this game. There's not going to be any hostility or violence. I don't like games like that. So we're not going in that direction. Or I'm not. You guys are welcome to. Have fun. So right. So Project Spark. It was this. Project Spark was basically a thing where like you make games within it, and like I didn't investigate it too much, but like I checked out like the top rated section or whatever, and someone made like an entire puzzle game inside Project Spark, and it was really good. The thing about it is that the control scheme was really interesting. Like you were on like kind of like a grid sort of thing like this. Yeah, we're just not going to do it, but thank you. So yeah, no. So in this Project Spark game, I forget what it's called. Right. So the control scheme, like you kind of you like control two things. There's like the dark square, or there's like the dark tile and the light tile. But every time you input like a directional command, they each move. They both move, but they move in opposite directions. So like you input like up, and one moves up and the other moves down. You input like left, one moves left and the other moves right. So like the goal of the game was actually to get the two to collide, but like just through the space of the level, like you like it was tricky because they would like so every time you input the command, they would slide like to the extreme direction. They would slide all the way to the left, like as far left or as they could go, and then they would stop. And so like it was a puzzle game based on trying to get them to like collide. And yeah, so it's like I mean that's kind of like what I was thinking, except that in that case, like there's essentially only one other entity, and then in this case, like the quote unquote other entity was like you felt possession of it as the player, because like there were only those two shapes and you could control how they move. So 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 like yeah, so if we were gonna go with the entity idea, it would be like I think it would be so like maybe it's just that I didn't say it out loud, which is why we're not all on the same page. But like yeah, so the entity idea that like the initial entity idea, I was like okay, so like the impact of these entities would simply be that you can't occupy the same square as them. Speedrun __. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're kind of brainstorming about a game that we're making for a jam, and so far the game is just the quote unquote game is just that you can move like a little square around a grid, and yeah, we have a lot of ideas for like what we can do, but we don't have like a cohesive whole yet for like how it's a fully formed game. I'm not fond of losing either, actually. So Oh my gosh, what? Thank you. um, unless you meant 73 Lion 123, he's also really cool. But if you meant me, thank you. uh, yeah, so yeah, all weekend this weekend, I'm planning on streaming like almost nonstop. I do have to take a couple breaks to uh, to move locations because I'm currently in offices and the offices are going to shut down at some point. But I'm planning on pulling a marathon. So yeah, so I guess that gives us what, like about a little over 24 hours. No, about 24 hours to work on this project because like it'll be 24 hours plus travel time, or it'll be like 20. It'll be like what, 28 hours, 27-ish hours, but then minus travel time. So yeah, we have about 24 hours to work on this. Hey, we got new followers. Speedrun, thank you for your support. Thank you for. Yeah. Oh, Fino. You should know. Lion73 did the art for the. Oh, sorry. Well, yeah. Because of the stream delay, you won't hear it until after Lion's question. But Lion made the art for the game. That was a collaborative project that we did on Tuesday. So sorry, I got distracted and I haven't been keeping up on chat 100%. So I'm just gonna scroll back up for a second to talk through some of the ideas. So, oh, I kind of like that. What Kinetic was saying about that's kind of like a combination of like the behavioral and the terrain, like the behavior, the entity behavior and the terrain traversal, because it's almost as though the entities are the terrain at that point. So that's interesting. Yeah, if I can't decide between two things, one of my favorite things to do is to do both somehow. So I like that. All right, so. Yeah, Tuesday. I that yeah, I want to do more. I want to do more stuff like that. We're kind of doing that now. Although I think I'm not doing great at it because I keep, well, for one thing I'm imposing like all these silly rules, and I guess like because I started on this personally, because I started like on this like I had a lot of ideas that I haven't even like stated them all out loud, but I've done a lot of the legwork in my head, and so I'm being very picky right now. But I like the direction that we're going with this. I like that approach, Kinetic. Maybe I'll make two projects. Like maybe like right at the buzzer, I'll just like I'll like yeah make something completely inappropriate or like unfit for this for this game. Oh, you know what would be. Sorry, I'm just amused by chat. You know what would have been a really good interpretation of this jam would have been if you made a game. If you made like basically any game that and you skinned it twice. Like for every art asset in the game, you came up with like two versions of it. So that way, although the game rules themselves would never change, there would be two different versions of the game with like that would lend completely different context to it. Like right, like maybe one of the arts, like one of the skins is like robots and like spaceships or something, and then the other skin is like, I don't know, like chicken and like farmyards or something, so that like then you could switch between the two like at basically any time, and it'd be the same game, but like yeah, if I had an artist on the project, that'd be fun. I'd want to do something like that. But yeah. All right. So I might. I guess I could track down that other group and see if I like subconsciously am stealing their idea. But I'm nervous if I am like stealing their idea. I wouldn't want to act on that. Yeah, the whole like the whole like multi-skinned idea. I feel like I probably would have had to start on that a lot earlier because in that like the art would really sell the whole idea. So actually at that point like the game barely matters. Like it could be basically any game, and then like the art would be basically the real project. Yeah, if I was an artist with just rudimentary programming experience and instead of a programmer with rudimentary art experience, then that'd be a much more fit project. Romance. That is awesome. I'd pre-order that game right now. My name is Ben. Yeah, I think that's actually a known fact of this stream. Like whenever I look at like Google Docs, it says my name in the corner. Yeah, my name is Ben. You can call me Binri, or Biner is another pronunciation of my name, or like yeah, whatever you care for. So maybe I okay, that's legit. Uh, um, Man, I kind of like that idea. I'm at this point I'm like on the fence between like setting it aside and not pursuing it, or like actually trying to find that team to see like if they are doing something similar, or if their discussion about Pac-Man was just completely unrelated. I don't know. I'm just okay. So I really shouldn't be wasting time, but I'm just gonna spend, I guess, just a little more time brainstorming. Cause like, I don't know. I feel like we have a good start. I feel like we actually are on a good track. I know it'd be nice to like shore it up a little bit. So if I wanted to use that idea and I didn't feel like tracking down that other team, like if I wanted to do something like, if I wanted to do something like that and I didn't feel like tracking down that other team, like what could I do that would like what do I like about that? What is it that I like about what I think might be that idea? And like, is there a different spin that I could put on it? I mean, it might actually even be the case that I don't 100% like that. It's just the fact that I have like an alternate barrier in like potentially like adopting that idea that is preventing me from like really chat. So disguise. Yeah. Oh, so the idea of behavior, having other entities whose behavior changes based on the player's disguise. Yeah. That's the idea, because like I don't know if that necessarily would have crossed my mind if not for the discussion about Pac-Man, and so I don't know if they were discussing Pac-Man because they had the same idea. So there's a really interesting article about how the ghosts move in Pac-Man. I don't know if you guys have read it before, but it's like there are very different. There are very specific rules about like how each of the four ghosts move, and it's why they take very different courses across the map, and like professional Pac-Man players like know all of the. All right, we just to give you a heads up, we're getting really close to the border of what we say in chat. So, I don't think we've said anything so bad, but if we say anything worse than that, chat's gonna get a little quieter. Just heads up. Yeah, is it, so yeah, I remember reading the like I don't know, it's like we think like I tend to think of like early games as like much more primitive just based on hardware constraints, but like there were some really interesting things that they put into those games that I think still hold up as like just really clever. So all right, like I mentioned, we're like right on the precipice of having a quieter time in chat. So yeah. Let's see. What to do? I'm like, yeah, I'm basically like, I'm almost intentionally like trying to like distance my mind from the project, just to, like try and get back into like more of a brainstormy kind of headspace. So I'll just click around the grid a little bit. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna abandon the behavior idea at this point. Yeah. So so one of the things I talked about earlier was the idea of how, like, I hadn't been talking about it as much because I wasn't sure on how to deliver about it. But part of the reason I was going in this direction with yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, part of the thing I was that I wanted to do was make, yeah. So I mean, basically the point I wanted to make with this game is about how our disguises affect us, and I hadn't like I wasn't really sure how to deliver on that, so I'd kind of like backed away from it for a while. But maybe I should make that the point of the game. Maybe I should make that central to the game. And so I'm thinking like, so what if it was ambiguous? Like, I don't know. Maybe the tiles move. Maybe the tiles don't. But and this kind of puts us back squarely in like the puzzle design space. So, and maybe I'm okay with that, because maybe that's okay. Like, as long as I have the right idea, like the idea that I want to deliver on, then maybe that'll all be like much more worth it. All right, here's the plan, as I'll call it. So like the disguises are chromatic, so like they're distinguished by like like red, blue, green, etc., etc., etc. You start out like this neutral gray tone. When you put on a disguise, you then traverse the map as that color, and like the I'll catch up on chat in just a second. I just always get on tangents when I look on it, so I'm gonna explain this idea first. Yeah, so your ability to navigate the map is based on these like disguises, and it's an entirely color-based system. The thing is, though, I guess the disguises, I don't know. There'll be some limit on the disguises, I guess, or something. There'll be some cases wherein you will have lost your disguise, but even after you've lost your disguise, there'll be some residual color from the disguise. Essentially, like, if you wear the blue disguise, you become bluer. Like you became like instantly blue when you put on the disguise, and you were like effectively blue the whole time you wore the disguise. But once you take off the disguise, you're bluer than you used to be. So I'm gonna call that the idea. All right, so yeah. Thank you, Lion. Um, yeah. All right. So, uh, I feel like because I feel okay. So that's like the point that I wanted to make in the first place. It's it fits with the theme of the jam like that. That's I think that's delivering on disguises, and you know it's what we've started making already. So yeah. So it doesn't answer whether this game will involve level design or procedurally generated stuff, but we can. I'm I like the idea enough that I'll be okay figuring that out. I think so. Let's well, I guess I should think about like how that works. Uh, or uh, maybe you don't even take the disguises off. Maybe they're additive. Maybe so like there's purple traversal. So maybe like there's a blue disguise and a red disguise, and then there's like a purple wall. And so in order to get past the purple wall, you have to get both the blue and the red disguises. And so like maybe they're disguises, but maybe they're also a permanent part of you. Uh, that's a much simpler system because like otherwise then there's like degrees of color and like yeah, I think that's probably gonna be it. Maybe. Let's go with that at least for now. Uh, oh wow. Yeah, I guess depending on your handwriting, you might never know. Uh, yeah, so I'm not gonna I'm not like so I'm thinking for starters the map will just stay stationary. I like the idea of of a map that changes, but if that makes things if that adds more complexity than it helps, you know, improve the game, then I might just abandon like changing environments whatsoever. I kind of like was it yeah kinetic. I think you were the one who mentioned that like maybe you know there's like some crossover between the terrain and the entities, and I really like that idea. So if the terrain or if the map if the grid changes, I won't necessarily distinguish whether the map is changing because the map represents the location of entities or the terrain is shifting or yeah. Oh, wow! Your English is fantastic. I I don't know how to spell anything in Russian, so uh, actually, I might know like if I might know how to spell like da in Russian. Doesn't it like it looks like a chair, right? The first character looks like a chair. All right, I'm not even gonna try. Uh, actually, no, it looks more like a armoire or like a desk. But anyways, I'm probably wrong anyway, so I won't try and guess. All right, cool. So yeah, so now let's right. So I just have this. I just put like a texture in the background that looks like a grid, but I think now I'm actually gonna make the grid. And like the whole grid disguise system is like very tied together. Yeah. All right. Look, doesn't that look like a little chair, right? Yeah. I totally could have spelled da. I don't know what that character is called in the Cyrillic alphabet, but da. Boom. Got it. um, One word. So my point is, your English is very good because that's the extent of my Russian. um, uh, all right, so I guess I could just get rid of the background for now. Not really important. Instead, let's come up with a grid system. What game is this? Oh yeah, this is the game we're working on. There's so much written already. I was like, what is this? I didn't even recognize it. Actually, I only have one animated GIF to indicate that I'm away from the keyboard, but I'm going to put it up what I'm actually going to do while I'm away from the keyboard is I'm going to see if there's any food left over because I'm getting a little peckish. I'm not actually refilling my water bottle. I might do that while I'm away too, but I'll be right back. My plan is that I'll be right back. Yeah, there's definitely food. I'm going to switch off of face cam. I'm going to switch over to portrait cam for just a minute. Or not cam, but portrait mode. Just so, because you don't want to see what I'm about to do to this food. It's not going to be pretty. I'll try and keep like the lip smacking noises down to a minimum. But, I also, sorry, I need a napkin real quick because it's finger food, of course. Sorry, I'll be right back. So here's one thing I would do first is add a new section so that you can zoom and then in here new section the main one. So this would be song and what you space. So what you can do then is drop drag that start sample value and just look on that. So how do you change back to song? No, I know. I'm back, sorry. Yeah, alright, so, right, I guess the tough part about like an 8-hour stream is that I either had to have eaten immediately before the stream started or else I have to just take like a brief break. So, yeah, what, I guess, alright, so, right, so there's going to be a grid system. So there's going to be a grid. So I guess I could do, what, like a tile? Yeah. Right? So, oh, you know what's funny is that I, since working in Unity, I have been using like classes. So like, hold on. I don't even. It's been so long that I'm going to look up the correct syntax. C# class. Oh, hey, be sure to. Yeah. Well, you might have come to the right place in that. Yeah, one of the things I try and do with C#, yeah, one of the things I try and do with the stream is like, give a little insight as to how I make games. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to address specific topics, and otherwise, yeah, I just generally hope that just by doing this stuff live, that it might be helpful to people who are interested in this type of topic and want to learn a little more about it. I'm also I'm having a snack right now. Oh yeah, I used to work in Java. Well, I mean, you can work in JavaScript in okay, or you can work in C#. So yeah, either one of those. Yeah, and I mean, like when I was learning Unity, I just checked out what other people were doing with it, and then like over time, I started to get comfortable with how Unity works, and eventually I just started doing stuff on my own. I don't know how to do like everything in Unity, but fortunately there's enough documentation that usually I can just, like, for example, what I'm about to do. I just wanted to make sure I'd be setting this up, and it looks like it's really, really simple, right? Just public class stuff, right? Boom, class, done. So, so that's pretty cool. There's this thing about mono behavior. I don't know what that is. I'm going to assume that's not... yeah, I don't feel like... I don't plan on extending other classes, so... okay. Oh, that's funny. I would have thought like Java and JavaScript would have been like kind of like C++ and C#, because I actually never worked in C# before. I have a background in C++, and I never really bothered to learn how to use C#. I just started writing in it, and it worked because I was just familiar enough with how C languages work. Sorry, you probably hear munching noises. I'm just having a quick lunch. Alright, so public class stuff. Is this supposed to turn blue? Or is tile like a reserved term? I'll call it grid tile. Grid tile. I guess it just turns blue. So that's interesting. Alright, so grid tile will have public. Actually, no, I guess it'll have just a. It'll have a game object. Tile, whatever. It'll have a, oh, that's funny. Well, the titles are the titles are misleading. I guess C just makes more sense. So again, if I was working with other people, I would set up an enum for this, but I don't feel like it. So yeah, I'm just gonna use an int for color, and I'm actually gonna define my colors elsewhere because I want to be able to tune them. I don't care about press time. That's actually. Alright, so public color gray equals new, or whoops, yeah, we should name it tile colors. So that'll be oh, sorry. I'm using. I'm working at I'm working in mono develop. So mono game. I'm actually not sure what that is. Oh. Yeah, I guess I don't know what mono game is. I've never worked with it personally, but it looks like. I guess, fortunately, other people had answers to that question. I use mono develop. I don't know if that's like made by the same people. Oh yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll be online a lot this weekend, so. If you're around at all, I hope to see you again at some point. So thank you again for tuning in. guess I'm just gonna reproduce this here. Because I could probably only put that there. I don't really need it multiple places. But I'm gonna set it up real quick just because I'm gonna forget if I don't. So it's length 6, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, blue. Actually, that red is a little too intense also. Purple. That's pretty good. Squares. Oh, that one. That one's like done. Hero. The. Uh-oh. I don't have a second monitor to open this stuff on. Oh, cool. Oh wow, that's awesome. That is a really cool icon line. Yeah, Hero, the game that I used to work on before. I'm not. It's not like done. Like it's not 100%. Like if I was gonna ship it, I'd want to do more stuff with it. But I put it on my site now because I'm like happy enough with how it turned out. So yeah, if you want to try it, it's now playable. It's not like perfectly balanced, but it's like balanced enough. So yeah, I have a lot more work to do on it, but it's not like my primary active project right now. So all right, we have our color set up. So yeah, one. I guess. I guess. Yeah, I don't know how this is typically done, but I guess I want a public game object for tile prefab, and then. Oh. Wait, I guess I don't want to use. If I'm using unlit, you know, I'm just gonna switch from unlit to lit because. I don't know. Unlit is just so weird. That's my rationale. That's why. Alright, so create other directional light. I'm just like point it like right at like just dead ahead, basically. That's the idea. Actually, yeah, I guess I can leave it over there. Actually, I can put it anywhere. I can just put it somewhere that it won't be obtrusive. Actually, yeah, so I'll put it like behind the camera. Or, yeah, I don't know, whatever, that's fine. Alright, so yeah, now instead of being unlit, let's just be like regular diffuse. And we don't need that stinking texture anymore. We can infect it and get rid of it. Alright, and then I guess we can get rid of both of these. Actually, I'll keep that one. Get rid of this. Yep. No, yeah. Oh wait, it just said I can't undo it, and I was tempted to undo it. Whatever, it served its purpose. So yeah, I'm just gonna repurpose this one to be tile matte, and it will also just be diffuse. And then yeah, that way it'll have a color. Because for whatever reason, unlit stuff just doesn't have a color. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. All right, so create game object, quad. Set it to 0. Actually, give it like a slightly negative z coordinate or slightly positive z coordinate. No. And then set the matte to it. Although I guess I don't even really need to give it a matte, huh? Because it kind of has like this like magic secret color. I don't know. Whatever. I'll do it quasi-normal way. So this will be tile prefab. Yeah, I just recently started using paint.net because it's like free and is better than paint. I don't know. Yeah. I also, yeah. I like that. I like that idea line. I like that philosophy. It's just, well, I mean, like for me personally, it's like as someone who makes software for a living, like, yeah. Um, uh, yeah. Uh, so, so, right, oh yeah, tab prefab. So, good, that looks good. Perfect, in fact. And so now, oh yeah, we can set the tile prefab, the main script. Yeah, I don't know how it's supposed to be done, but I'm doing it like this, I guess. So, make, so, public, void, make, tile, it needs just an int for color, and that will go like, so tile, this is where we'll set tile to equal tile prefab. And what else do we do here? Oh yeah, and then we set tile dot render dot material dot color equals right, so tile colors CLR. Alright. So yeah, now we can make tiles. Oh, we should give it a position too. So, oh yeah, actually also, so all right. I just like, just for tidiness, I tend to keep or I'll call this sun. Just for tidiness, I like to have a bucket just for all the instantiated things, because otherwise they clutter up this hierarchy and make it really awkward to use like this pane. So I'm gonna have a concept of that as well. Public game or public transform bucket. Sorry, I'm far behind on what happened? I should take out those prints. So that, whoa, hey, no, I put those away. Oh, oops, yeah, kind of stopped mid-sentence there, or mid-thought. Alright, so, what do you, can I access a non-static member of outer type play if I understood? Why not? Alright, maybe this is why I don't feel like working with classes. Actually, I guess, I don't know. Oh, derp. Well, yeah, for one thing, I'm not a smart person. Oh, I'm really not a smart person. Wow. Anyways. Yeah, I'm doing a lot wrong here. For one thing, tile prefab is a prefab. Oh, wait, yeah, wait, no. Alright, no, okay, so I did that part correct. You can delete those now. Tile prefab. Did I do that right? Yeah, okay. So I said I did set up the prefab correctly. But right, no, I don't want it to be equal to the prefab, which apparently I can't access anyways directly. I want to instantiate it. Tile prefab. I don't know why I have to give it like a position and rotation. Oh, but actually, yeah, position will be relevant because actually, I want to pass in int x and int y, and then actually no, I guess I'll pass in a vector. Now pass in x and y. New, so its position will be new vector. Sorry, I'll catch up. I will catch up on chat, I swear. New vector 3 x, or I'll call it xp or px and py. So px py 5, and then the rotation is tile prefab dot transform dot rotation. Okay. No, no. Yeah, rotation. Okay. Good. Alright. Yeah. Alright, sorry. Catching up on chat. Yeah, Tom Peach HD. I'm like eating, so I don't want to my face on camera is what is up with the slideshow. Oh, cool. Yeah, right, actually, like making, sorry, I'm really slow on answering questions right now, but, yeah, Boston, Mass, making games is like my primary gig right now, so, I've been doing it for a while now. I've been working in games for a while, and, I've been doing this specifically for a few months now, so yeah, I'm just getting started mostly, but it is my full-time occupation. Yeah, so like the allure of software development is like always there because like just what I read about salaries, like you actually make money if you work outside of games. But I don't like money that much. Like I like how money makes it so that I don't die, but that's like the only thing I really like about money. So other than that, I'm not too eager to collect it. So yeah. I do more right, so oh cool. Yeah, Tom Peach HD. Yeah, I worked in AAA for 6 years, and I guess I kind of like was indie before I started working in AAA, but I was only like indie for like a month, and then I was like, well, no, I guess I was like technically indie for like a few months because like I was indie for a month before I got my first interview, and then I didn't get my second interview for a little while later. Like I think it was a month or 2 months later that I got my second interview, and then I started working in AAA. So it's cool. It's funny. My like career has like the opposite trajectory. Like I worked in AAA because it was a job, and I got started that way, and like now I'm moving actually more towards indie. Like for real. Like when I'd been developing independently before, it was only ever just a means to get a job in AAA. Yeah, null reference exceptions. But yeah, that's what it. Well, so the reason I tend to get null reference exceptions is because like I'll make a public game object, but then I'll forget to actually assign something to it, and so it'll just be left as like none, and that's where mine tend to come from. Do we have errors right now? Why do we have errors right now? No, I fixed that one. Oh, did it just not save? Save. Save. Uh, no one's accessing a non-static member. Shut your face. Oh yeah, I need to instantiate as game object. Oh wait, no, it's still accessing tab. Oh, cool. So I have to pass in the. I have to pass in the color too. That's lame. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be public. So I need to pass in not just the int for the color, but also the color itself. Lame. Alright, so. Oh, so yeah, I can't name them both. So I don't know, whatever. TCLI. And right, I need to instantiate this as a game object because whatever. Cool. Oh wait, I'm still not caught up on chat. Oh, sorry. It probably got quiet for a little while when I stepped away from the keyboard. Also, it probably gets quiet again when I put food in my face because I try not to talk with my mouth full. Before I take another bite of food, though, I will say that I'm 31 years old. Wow, you're 12 years old, you should. It's funny, on the internet, I guess you just don't really perceive those qualities about people except through how they present themselves. And I don't know, I think the average viewer, I assume the average viewer is a little older than 12, but like you didn't strike me as like especially young or anything. Maybe it's because we've had some really interesting like chat participants lately, but wow, that's really cool. When I was 12 years old, all I cared about was playing games. I hadn't even started thinking about like anything beyond that. Ugh. I have to pass in bucket just to get. Ugh. I don't like classes. I think I'm deciding that I just don't like classes. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll play violent games because unfortunately some games that are just some games that are just really good employ violence, which I don't necessarily agree with, but like I know the world doesn't need any more of that, so like when I make games I just avoid it because there's no valid reason that you need to employ violence in a game. People are just being lazy and derivative, but sometimes they're lazy, derivative, and then they come up with something else which I enjoy, so yeah. At first I thought you were saying I only needed a color, or a comma, which would have been great, but no, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Ugh. This is so dumb, but whatever. Yeah, this is like gratuitous and dumb, but whatever, it is insisted upon, so maybe I shouldn't make a class here. I should probably like I tend to just do things like the stupid easy way for me, and I know it's not the correct way. I don't know, I guess I should learn the correct way because like this doesn't feel very correct either, and I'm tempted to just go back to the stupid way that I usually do it, In fact, you know what? Hell with it. I'm going back to the way that I usually do it because this is just getting awkward and unfun. Excuse me. Um, so now I get to have fun stuff like, excuse me. I'm gonna have tile colors, and I'm also gonna have like int multi-dimensional array tiles color. Boom. Take that the right way. You didn't want to cooperate, so now I'm doing it. Doing things this way instead. Tiles color, int multi-dimensional array, tiles, game objects. I saw Russ Jr. I forget which channel. I was watching someone stream yesterday, and I saw Russ around. I haven't seen him here lately though. Alright, so, for starters, I guess I'm going to just say, const, wait, no, const, yeah, I don't know why that didn't show up the first time, const, int, max, or grid x max equals oh, okay. Yeah, it was one of those because I was looking at those similar channels as well, so it was probably on one of those that I saw him recently. Sorry, I'm almost done eating. Usually, if I wasn't doing a marathon, like usually I try and avoid eating on camera, or like eating during stream time because it's just awkward. There's no good way to accomplish that. Although, apparently there are some people whose like entire occupation, or like their like profession, is that they live stream and they just eat food on their live stream, and apparently there's like a really big market for that. Like some people are really lucrative eat food on stream. People food eat streamers, I don't know. Eat streamers, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's a different crowd. I don't assume there's much overlap between that and like the people who would watch my stream. So if I wasn't doing a marathon, like I would not do this. And I apologize for doing so. Hey, how's it going? Alright. So, we tried doing it the other way, and I was not impressed. So, oh, hold on, I'm falling behind on chat. Oh, cool. Well, yeah, I mean, feel free to, like, generally, yeah, right? I'm I'm on location at the offices of the that are hosting this game jam, so you know, I figured I guess I might as well put on clothes because that's what people do, right? There's crazy people like existing in society. Uh, um, oh yeah, I was gonna say I welcome and I even encourage people to post links to their work in chat, as long as it's like on the up and up. If anyone posts a harmful link in chat, they're probably gonna get banned, probably forever. Because like I try and be a really considerate and understanding person, and I don't know if that's related to the fact that I'm also a very vengeful person. I if I think someone deserves retribution, I'll savor that. So just to mention, but other than that, like if you're proud of something and you've worked on something that you enjoy, feel free to post a link to it. So it varies from place to place, right? Some places you can some places have different rules about that sort of stuff. I my sister lives in Hawaii, and I'm really jealous of that whole area because like just the idea about clothes is very different. Because like you're near a beach wherever you are, you're never far from a beach. So, well, I mean, it depends on the island, but yeah, like the only thing you're really expected to wear is like a bathing suit, and then like maybe you put something on top of that, and like you're dressed. That's how clothes work there. So, all right. So, I grid X max. I guess I'll just set it at like 50 or something, whatever, and then const in grid y max equals 50 or whatever. I don't know. Just for starters, and then yeah, these will be equal to. Oh wait, tiles color. Oh yeah, no, this is actually game objects. Yeah, this will be equal to new int array grid x max grid y max. Oops. Yeah, and then this will be equal to new game object of the same dimensions. Oop. Whoa. Control backspace deletes a whole word. That's delightful. Oop. My backspace and delete key are right next to each other, and sometimes I accidentally hit both and delete. Oh, sorry. Wait, what? Alright, well, I'm not going to give out my email address on stream, unfortunately, but good luck. Alright, so, save this, and, yeah, alright, so, so now we can make tiles the easy way, or like, whatever, I don't know. Alright, so, I don't know what I'm putting it here. I mean, that's a fine place for it, but whatever. So, oh, yeah, actually, I bet someone in chat knows better than me. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm just weird, but like, I don't like downloading things onto my computer. Dropbox, I think, is one that people use. I like I used to have an old laptop that I didn't care about, and I would download stuff onto that laptop and run it, because, like, who cares? But, like, I don't know. I think it was because, like, I've been burned before, just by, like, terrible people who make terrible malware. And I don't think any of you guys would make malware. At least, nothing that you guys have done would make me think, hey, that's a person that might make malware. But like, I'm just so hesitant about that stuff that, no. But All right, so yeah, we're making tiles. So void make tile one word. We need to know the color and the position. Int CLR, int PX, and int PY. So, yeah, right, okay, so, tile, what is it? What do I call that? Tile, what do I call that thing? Tiles gobge. Tiles gobge. Oh, yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, for simplicity's sake, I think I'm just gonna actually like shift the game to take place in like, I'm gonna like center this stuff at 25, 25. That way I can just use or 24, 24, I guess. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. 25, 25 is fine. Tom Peach HD. Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. Dropbox, yeah, Dropbox is pretty good. I bet you could make a virus in Notepad if you put your mind to it. Yeah, Tom Peach was one of my first viewers. I guess actually, hold on. If we want to see the leaderboards, then what is it? It's like, yeah, my bookmark goes directly to Hearthstone because I watched way too much Hearthstone. No, where am I trying to go? Bin rate. No, profile. Yeah, wait, here we go. Don't load the stream. Followers. Oh wow, I have more followers than following? I think that's like the first time that's ever happened on social media. I'm such a nerd. Like I'm like, I don't know. I never have like I never get any followers. This is like the first time that like oh yeah, there we go. Oh cool. Thank you, B-Shred. I didn't even realize that. I think this might literally be the first time I've ever had more followers than following. So all right. Oh wait, hold. Okay, so I'll save this link so that way I can get to it later. I'm not gonna check it out immediately, but I'll put it. I have a list of things to check out. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Cool. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Wow, yeah. Seriously, like, someday I'll go back and look at things that I did when I was 12 years old, and I can show you on stream how unproductive I was at 12 years old. I was not a productive person at 12 years old. I might have, like, drawn a picture of, like, an X-Man when I was 12 years old. That was probably the most important thing I did at 12 years old. Alright, so are things better now? Oh, wait, I left this as bright red when I actually wanted it to be, like, light gray. And then, oh, I guess I want a neutral tone of colors as well. So actually, let's bump all these up a number. It's like 1 equals red, 2 equals orange, 3 equals yellow, 4 equals etc., 5, etc., 6. And let's say 0 equals neutral, or gray. Neutral. Alright. save that. Uh, so, all right, cool. Actually, the next project that I'm working on, like not like for a specific jam, but just like for actual like stuff I develop stuff. Actually, no, it is kind of for a jam because it's for October Ludum Dare, but I would have made it even if not for the October Ludum Dare, because I just wanted to make a project that is a chat-based game. So yeah, and I don't work with string manipulation because like I don't know if you noticed this, but I have zero language in any of my games. Like it's everything in all of my games is all just conveyed through like interface, and then I have like some numbers, but like other than that, like I have zero text in my game. So like I have like zero string manipulation whatsoever. So that'll be interesting. I'll have to figure out how that stuff works. But sorry, I'll just play two. Just that last one and then this one and then no more. All right, that was quick enough. Yay, we did it. All right. All right. So oh yeah, neutral. I was gonna bump this up just a skosh. So it'll actually be 7. And oh yeah, that one was fine to begin with. Just slide them on down. Oops. No, I didn't mean to do that. Oh no, I lost the green one. Wait, what if I hit escape? Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, just slide them down. So that way, yeah, I can set this one to be like a darker neutral gray color. Actually, no, I guess I could just leave those ones blank, actually, because the background is like neutral gray. Well, yeah. Never mind. Change your minds. Welp. Yep. Alright. So anyways. Yeah, alright. So, alright, save that. Alright, well that's simpler, I guess. Should I maybe I should put in a black though. Maybe I should just put in a hard wall that you can never cross. That actually might be useful. Should probably do that. Alright, so yeah. Sorry. Change my mind. Change my mind again. Yeah, so I will have I'll have just like a black, or like it won't literally be black, but it'll be pretty close to black. And then I'll turn the background of the camera to be a little bit lighter. So it's like a nice mid-tone. Alright, so this game is going to be pretty. It's going to be so pretty. Whoops, wrong button. Save that. Save all this. Alright. So, alright, oh yeah, make tile. Gobs, px, py, equals new. Oh. Actually, I could just go like make or set tile, or set or make tile. I could just do set tile. So alright, so with if tiles job equals null, then we'll instantiate it. But if it already exists, then we don't have to instantiate it. We can just change it. Yeah. So actually, we don't even need an alternative to that. We can just say. So we can just say. So if it equals null, then it equals. Or maybe I should just. No, whatever, this is fine. Alright. Well, I mean, if we have a limited number, I could just make them all at the start of the game. And then, Goggle. I bet Goggle.com gets a lot of traffic, a lot of accidental traffic. Sorry, I haven't been keeping up on chat, have I? Uh, oh. uh, yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, so for B-box, yeah, you don't want to overlap, and you don't want to spill outside the light areas. But oh. Oh yeah, yeah. So the way I have the color scheme set up is if you go to Tools Options. Hold on, sometimes this takes me a little while to find. I think it's Text Editor Syntax Highlighting. Yeah, the default is this one. I basically switched to Nightshade, except I changed a few things because Nightshade had like it used italics more than I like to use italics. So uh, so so what I did to make a custom one is I went to New, and you can base it off of a different one. So I based it off of Nightshade. I named it just Night, and I didn't give it a description. And then I just went in and changed a few of the settings. I actually on my other computer, I should really export the. I made a whole custom one for my other computer, like to get it actually how I like it, because I don't actually like it to be this dark and this contrasty. But I've been, I never really bothered to look up how to transfer them from one computer to another. So I assume there's a way to do that, but I should do that. Oh, export. There we go. Yeah, I should because like, yeah, I like I tend to use like a cool backdrop and then like warm colored text, and it like I use a darker backdrop, but it's not this dark, and the text isn't this light, so it's not as like contrasty. But this is better than the light color for me personally. So yeah. Whoa, that's awful. That should be illegal. Goggle.com should be. It should be like. It should be illegal for that to be a bad website. It should have to be a good website. And I'll never find out whether you're telling the truth or not, because now that you've said that, I will never go to goggle.com. Maybe it's just a great goggle warehouse where you can get like great discount goggles for really good prices or whatever. I'll never know. Alright, so yeah, what are we doing? We're making tiles. At least we should, right? If we ever have to do anything with this project. Alright, so instantiate. Oh yeah, I was trying to think like. Maybe yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna skip that. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna say on start. For int. For int ix or xi equals 0. Xi less than grid x max xi plus plus for basically the same thing except with y's. yi less than grid y max, yi plus plus. We're going to say tiles gouge. I guess we don't even really need to do this on start. We could actually just set it up in advance. I mean, I guess, right? There's no reason we couldn't. Nah, I'm just gonna do it this way, 'cause screw that. Oh, wait. Maybe I could do this, and then during runtime make a prefab out of it. That'd be funny. I don't know, whatever. No, I'm just gonna do it this way, probably. Yeah, whatever, this is fine. Tiles gobbed. Xi, yi equals instantiate. Tile prefab. Oh yeah, new vector 3, just like we did it before. New vector 3, xi, yi, 5. Because 5 just offsets it. Oops, sorry. Oh wow. Remember? Oh man, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. B-thread. Oh wow. So like, this is like completely. It doesn't mean anything really, but like, just one of those things that like make people like me feel really old is when we realize, for example, in this case, I'm talking to you and you were not alive in 2001. It's just like this weird thing that like just struck me all of a sudden, like that long ago, like which doesn't feel that long ago to me. Like you just weren't even alive. Wow. Okay. So sorry. Because what I was gonna say was, remember in the '90s when it was like impossible to like get pop-up ads to disappear, but you don't. Yeah. Wow. All right. Cool. Anyway, sorry. I'm just an old person. Just don't mind my musings on my own mortality. But so. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Boss Mass. Thank you for tuning in. It was a pleasure to have you, and yeah, I hope to see you again sometime. All right. Sorry. I'll stop complaining about how old I am. Back in my day, no. Alright, so then tile prefab, dot transform, dot rotation. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, that way we have them all set up. But let's also hide them, because by default we won't actually be caring about them. Dot set active false. Oh, and right, while we're setting them up, we can drop them in the bucket. Dot transform. This is just tidiness. It doesn't actually make a major difference. It just makes it easier to develop. I think, yeah, it doesn't have actually any impact on the end user really, except that my game isn't so bad. Is this? I don't know enough about computers to know whether you're being serious or not, but I'll assume that you are. Because like they're like sometimes when people on the internet give you steps to follow like that, what actually happens if you follow the steps is that you do terrible things to your computer. Like back in the day, it used to be like you go into, what was it? Like you go into your Windows folder and you delete System32 or something like that. Like that was what people used to say on the internet to troll people, and it would basically like render their computer inoperable, or it would make them have to like reinstall their OS or whatever. And I hope you're being for real. On the off chance that anyone can prove that you're in fact being malicious, I will ban you. But I mean, I don't have any reason to distrust you, so yeah. I don't mean to sound. I'm not specifically like trying to sound threatening. I just I'm really new to moderation. Like I've never moderated a chat room before, so. Okay. I don't care if you aren't 12, which is a weird thing to say, but I just really like that you present as a 12-year-old on the internet, because like for all I know, you in fact are actually 12, but it would also just be a clever thing to do. Which I guess I mean, like, I don't know, you just seem really smart. So if you were secretly like much older and just pretending to be 12, like that also seems realistic. I guess is what I'm saying. All right, so Yeah, all right. So when we're making a tile, or when we're setting a tile, we can just say set, or we can just say yeah tiles or px py instead of xix, sorry, px py dot set active true, and that's a redundant. Like if the tile was already active, then that will just have no effect. And then right, so tiles gobs px py dot render dot material dot color equals tile colors color and then tiles color px py equals CLR. Bam. All right, cool. Hey, look at that. Hey, that's my face. And some other stuff. Cool. I take it this means you are virus free because it says SH, but it does not say SHRA or SRHI. I assume, if I understood correctly. All right, so that's cool. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so thank you for sharing that then. Sorry, I don't. Again, like I don't mean to sound too skeptical. I just I don't know. It's weird having to actually be responsible for things. I'm not used to that. But thank you. Yeah. All right. So. Yeah. All right. So our tiles are nice. That. So now, well, I guess we want to keep track of who color. So yeah, let's just say int who. Oh yeah, we need to keep track of that dude too. Public game object who equal. No, it equals nothing. But we should set it out here because it equals this. Wait, no. Whoops, no, this bucket. Wait, what? Was bucket empty? Oops, yeah, bucket's supposed to be that. Oh, and then we still have errors. Oh, I forgot to do as game object. Alright, save that. No errors? Maybe? Yeah, cool, no errors. Alright, so then who... Yep. So... Yeah, we'll also want to keep track of his color. So, int who color equals... oh, yeah. Well... So I guess, alright, so, I'll say, so, actually, I'm gonna use 0 for who, like the neutral who color, and then I'll use 7 for black, or for dark, which is the impassable, like walls, just whoa, I have no clue what that means. Are you, wow, is this just what the next generation is going to be like? They're just going to have like a much, like by 12 they're going to be able to do like cool computer stuff just because like they grew up with computers and like cool. Oh, cool. Oh, it's okay. Well, yeah. Thank you. I will check those out. Uh, thank you, Lane. I think I don't know why, but